What's going on, everybody? Brave New Wave, episode 2. And today we have a very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you female New Orleans DJ, Legatron Prime. Legatron, how you feeling today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Super excited to have you here. I've been following your career for a while now. So, I think it's about time I sat you down on Brave New Wave and ask you a few questions. You know what I'm saying? If you don't mind.
I don't mind. I'm happy to be here.
That's what's up. So just to start things off, I started Brave New Wave as a podcast to sort of highlight the up and coming talent who I feel like are our future legends in their respective fields. So whether it's music and any type of entertainment, it could be like law, it could be any of those things, just highlighting and celebrating the next generation of what's to come. And I feel like you fit that description, right? I mean, you're a talented, very experienced DJ. You're a woman, which is super dope.
Yeah.
And you just all around just like exude power. And I feel like you are a really great role model and a really great influence for the youth and just a great influence for your peers as well. So that being said, I wanted to go back to your beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
What ultimately led you to, first of all, DJing and just being overall like the super dope creator that you are now?
Well, I started 2012 Southern University. One of my friends, he had turntables because like at the time he was trying to DJ. So one night, like we were all just hanging out, and I'm just like, show me how to work it. Like, show me how to work the stuff. So he showed me a little 1-2 and just like left me by myself. And I'm just like trying to figure it out and stuff and, playing music. And my friends are coming like from the living room one by one, peeking in like, oh, that's you? That's you? That's you? I'm like, yeah, that's me. And they was like fucking my head up like, yeah, you need to DJ. Like, you need to DJ. And I'm like, you know what? Like a light bulb went off. I was like, that sounds about right. I do need to DJ. So the next semester, I had used my refund check and I bought like a little $200 Newmark controller and a brand new like laptop or whatever. And I just started to work on mixes and, just started practicing in my dorm room. And me and my friends, we had like a radio show on campus. So I would like do the mixes for the radio show, that type of thing. So yeah, that's kind of how it started. I started making mixes and then I got to a point where I was really inspired by E.F. Cutton. When he DJ Jet Lounge on Wednesdays, Thursday, he would upload a mix like of what he did that night. So Thursdays I would, listen to the Jet Lounge mix. And I'm like, oh, like I could do that. Like, I think I could start like uploading my stuff, and I wanted people to, I guess, start taking me serious as a DJ. When you start off, you say you're an aspiring DJ and all that other stuff. So I was like, no, like I was aspiring when I was in the dorm room. I'm not aspiring no more. Like I'm growing, I'm getting out there, whatever. So by like 2013, my two homegirls, Jock and Ari, they have a collective called the Rosebush, and they did like events, like little like small open mic type events. And I was like the DJ. And that's how I kind of like got started. And I just kept working on my mixes and kept putting it out there. And then, I got good and it's been up ever since pretty much.
Wow. That's already an incredible story. So wait, so you picked it up just like immediately, just like that? Like it just came naturally? I mean, did you have any like prior experience with music or DJing before that?
No, not DJing. I've always listened to music. Like music is, being from New Orleans, like music is like life.
Right.
So yeah, so I grew up like listening to music all the time. My mama blasted music. Like my uncle's blasting music, my grandma blasting music, great grandma blasting. It's like music everywhere. And like I think there was like a point where I kind of made the distinction that I wanted to work in music when like my mom got me a radio, and around that time, like we still had like the cassettes. So I used to like record on the cassettes.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, I used to like record like the radio on the cassette, and then I like upgraded to burning CDs and stuff. You know, huge LimeWire, Bad Share, all that. Like
That's right. That's right.
I
You
could
taking
find,
you taking me way back.
and I still can.
For real.
Like, still find some zip files. Like, yeah, I started burning CDs and like making like my own CDs, and like I would sit on the porch and like play my radio loud as shit outside. Like I know my neighbors was probably like, "This girl need to go inside," with that radio. But like I always wanted to work in music, but I didn't really know what to do. Like I can't sing. I can't rap. Now I'm starting to learn how to produce. I'm teaching myself how to produce and stuff. But like, it never dawned on me that I can actually play the music until like that moment. And when I started to think about it, like I was like, like I was kind of DJing like for the neighborhood, like with my little radio or whatever, and my little CDs and stuff. So yeah, I no prior experience, and it came as natural as it was gonna come. I'm really good at picking things up fast. So I kind of like figured it out. But with DJing, like is more technical. So like being able to really know how to work the stuff and like know what this knob does, what this button does, how to do backspin, how to, all that stuff. So the basics came naturally, I guess, once I kind of figured it out. It just kind of came. But the technical stuff, I definitely had to work, practice.
Hell yeah. And I mean that's super important too. That you just I mean, of course it came naturally to you, right? But you also put in the work to get better. I mean it goes back to that old saying, hard work beats talent. And when you fuse the two, right, then I mean you just got the recipe for like gold status in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So tell me about your first gig, like your very first DJing gig, like paid DJing gig. Like it's a huge crowd expected. You know what I'm saying? Like really dope venue. What was that like for you?
It was nerve-wracking. It was where was it? I think it was at the Howlin' Wolf. And I was still that was my first big, like my big gig. It was at the Howlin' Wolf, and it was me and two other DJs. And I was still like on my little $200 like Newmark controller or whatever, like, and they had the big boys out, and I was like, oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to work this, and they like, and the dudes, they like bucking me up because they knew me, so it was like, come on, like hop on. So like, I had to like pretty much learn how to use like a real official setup like on the spot. And it was cool. Like I played, for like I think like an hour. But it was nerve-wracking because I was just like, I don't know how to use this. And this is all looking foreign to me. And they were just like, man, do it. Just hop on. Like, here, you do this, that, boom. And so that was my first like gig. I was so nervous. So nervous.
You got pretty sure that experience made you like 10 times better for the next gig. And you stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I know me, I'm the type of person like when I do something, take it like seriously all at the same time. I learned this. So I gotta get it again and again really see like real results.
Yeah, definitely. And with DJing, you have to keep going. Like you can't just, you just have to keep going. It get rough, but it get easy.
Yeah. So I think it's safe to say like DJing specifically is a very male dominant industry, right? So I mean, in your experience, like women in the DJ space very talented, very good. Very good. Do you feel like it's a lot of like love being shown from the male DJs? Do you feel like it's more competitive?
I think in my experience, I got like a lot of love and a lot of support from like my male counterparts. You know, and there's always like those few where you have to kind of prove yourself. And then being a woman and working with men, you always have to you don't have to, but there is a point where you just have to like be like, all right, you playing with me, so I'm about to show you like exactly who I am. So for next time, not to play with me.
I love that.
I got a lot of love and like a lot of support from my male counterparts, and I was grateful. I was grateful for that because it's like it's one thing you being a woman, then you're attractive. So it's like they're already counting you out. So it's like she only DJing because it's trendy to be a girl DJ, or she got this gig because of her looks or whatever, blah blah blah. So I always keep that in mind that like I am super talented. I know that I'm talented. The people who know me know that I'm talented. People who have heard me spit know that I'm talented. So I need to just keep that in mind that you're talented. You are here because you're talented, not because you look good or whatever, but it's because like your actual purpose is to play music, and that's why you're here.
Dope. So you're basically like, yo, keep in mind, like, yo, I'm a dope ass DJ first and foremost, and then
then I'm cute. Like, first and foremost, I'm a DJ. I'm a professional DJ. And then like everything else follows after that. But I'm a professional DJ. My looks don't matter, and I try not to emphasize, I guess, like myself as much, which is something that I kind of do. It's not really like downplaying or like trying to like hide myself, but it's like I want it to be more about the music.
Right.
And it is about who's playing the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And I remember you in the article saying that like when you DJ, you it's like you want to take the audience on a journey through the music. So I want to kind of lean into that a little bit more because I think a lot of people they know what a DJ is, right? But then I don't think a lot of people understand like the level of thought and the level of like proper planning, the level of just like the attention to detail that goes into being a really good DJ. Because I mean, like let's keep it real. Like nowadays, the term DJ is being thrown around real loosely. You know what I'm saying? You got some people that call themselves DJ, whatever, but really they just curate a playlist on Spotify and they fade the songs into each other and the fucking BPMs don't even match. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They hook it up to the Bluetooth speaker at a kickback or whatever.
Like,
and now
they all and shit like that. Like they ain't really doing nothing. Yeah, that is a thing.
So tell us a little bit more about that. Tell us a little bit more about like the creative side of being the DJ, because it's not just playing songs.
Yeah, it's not. And people, that's like the greatest misconception that people when people think about a DJ, it's just like, oh, they're playing songs, but it's really the psychology behind everything. And really and truly, like, I'm very intentional. So when I go through my set, and none of my sets are planned, I don't go off of like a set list. I never really have. I think I might have done that like once for something like short or something like that. But usually like my sets are just off the brain, off the cuff. But it works because you have to pay attention to your audience. You have to pay attention to them. And when I say like I want to take people on a journey, it's like, you can't just keep the BPM at 120 and keep that the whole night. Like it's the highs, the lows, and you want to be able to create like a story. Like you're creating like their night and you're curating their night through sound. So you have to be really, really, really intentional, really in touch with be in touch with who you are as a DJ, be in touch with your crowd, their energy, the vibe, and also knowing like what you have in your Serato. And being able to create moments for people
Right.
that will make them remember why they love music, and and why they need to come back to see me every Saturday or whatever. Like, just creating like those moments for people where they just look back and be like, wow, like I remember hearing this song at then, and I remember, or they hear a song that they haven't heard in a long time, and it like brings them back to like that place where they first heard it, or when they was listening to it. Like, just
Right.
creating moments for people and understanding your vibe, the vibe that you're creating, and trusting your gut too. Because sometimes us as DJs, we'd be like, I don't know if I should play this, but always like trust like that gut feeling. If it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. But it don't. You always can try. And I believe in trying. I'll be in the middle of a set and I'll like see a song that I probably haven't played, or I haven't played it in like a type of order, and I would be like, I'm about to try this. It ended up working for me 99% of the time. But it's always like good to just trust your gut and then go with your intuition and be intentional about what you're doing.
Hell yeah. And I think like you just said the reason you're one of my favorite DJs of all time, no cap, is that you don't just play what's new, right? And you don't just play what's old. You always bring a really nice, healthy, nostalgic mix to the
Yeah.
function. And people really appreciate that. I remember my first time hearing one of your sets. I was just taken back by like the diversity in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like hip hop, R&B, it was bounce, it was reggae. I mean, you took it from the present to like back in the day, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you brought it back to like you said, you brought it back to the just like times that people wish they could go back to.
Mm-hmm.
Like physically wish they could go back to that moment, and you bring all that nostalgia back, and it creates memories, and people want to follow you. They like, yo, where are you gonna be DJing next? Because that feeling is like, I mean, it's like a hit of euphoria. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is, and it puts you in the zone. And I think that's something you understand is that music, that's part of the power of it, right? So part of the power of music is that like you could name a song and you could attach a memory, a very vivid, specific memory to that one song, and it'll just take you back to that place every time. It's kind of like having a time capsule. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, I really appreciate that about you. You know what I'm saying? That's what showed me like, okay, she really takes her craft seriously.
Yeah, and I'm a student of music. I've always listened to music, so my knowledge of music doesn't it stretches my 30 years of life, but it also can go back 20, 30 years before I was even born, just because of my family and the people around me, the music that was being played around me. So like I'm always just been like a student of music. I'm like my sets really can go from the 1970s to now, like back and forth, like all in the mix. So yeah, I'm a student of music, and as much as the people are in the party, like I'm in the party too. So It's like sometimes I kind of have to calm down and be like, hold on, you having a little bit too much fun. Let's get back to work. Because I'll be up in there singing too.
Yeah.
Because it's just a good time. And I like to lean on just like nostalgic vibes. Because, like listening to music my whole life, like it just brings back. And I want that for the people too.
Hell yeah. So let's talk about the PynkTape.
Yes. My baby.
And this is reason 5,000,025 why you're one of my favorite creatives, right? Because I remember again reading an article where you was talking about the PynkTape, and you said, well, first of all, like amazing project, loved it. But you said you curated the PynkTape after, and correct me if I'm wrong, you curated it after the series of emotions that you felt after the end of a relationship.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is the reason I really fuck with that, right? Not too long ago, I did an episode where I named my top 5 most influential albums of all time to me. And I want to say all of those albums, except like maybe one, they were curated to tell a story, right? It was almost like you were listening to a movie,
Mm-hmm.
or you were listening to. I think one example I used was Black Parade by My Chemical Romance, right? It's the album from front to back is like it's going through the emotions and the thoughts of somebody who's diagnosed with cancer, right? So it starts with like the feelings from the diagnosis to like memories to like all the way down to, you know, when this person passes on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really intricate, like well thought out and really like just sonically pleasing album. And I always will love and respect albums like that. You know what I'm saying? My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was another one that just told the story from beginning to end.
And yeah, it's one of my
You know what I'm
favorites.
saying? And so the PynkTape was that for me. And I always I kind of had my suspicions when I first heard it, but when you did that interview, you pretty much confirmed what I thought.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that? And if you want, go more into detail about the relationship that ultimately gave birth to this fucking masterpiece of a mixtape.
So I was dating this guy. I'm kind of telling on myself a little bit, but we met in college. He is the guy who introduced me to DJing. And we kind of just had like this back and forth kind of thing, like over like the span of maybe I want to say like 10 years, where we would kind of get together, then we would not get together, then we get back, then we get together, then we not get back together. So it's always been like that up and down type thing. But this time, like it was like we really doing this, like for real, blah blah blah, like, and then just one day the switch flipped, and I'm like, see, I knew you was gonna fucking do this shit. You knew you was gonna do this shit. I knew you was gonna do it. Like I was like heartbroken. Like I wasn't heartbroken. I was just like pissed. I was so mad. Oh my God. I was so mad. Like, so yeah. So during our last relationship bout or whatever, I was curating like a playlist called a Pink Playlist. And it was a bunch of like love songs and stuff like that, you know. And then when we kind of like when we broke up, I was just like, I looked at the playlist, and I looked over and I'm like, that nigga don't deserve none of these songs. Like, so it started with I had already listened to and what song, which came first? Well, you're Dead to Me by Kali Uchis, that edit that I had chopped and screwed. I was already listening to that, and I'm just like, I kind of went off of that like emotion. And that kind of led me to just start the PynkTape, like really like researching songs. And you know, I really wanted to curate like a whole experience. You know, I wanted it to tell a story. And usually like my screw tapes are not really like cohesive like that, but I wanted this to be very, very cohesive down to the songs. And I wanted to kind of just like tell a story about how like I'm hurt. Like I'm hurt and I'm acting out. This is how I'm acting out. I'm gonna make a screw tape dedicated to like this dead, disappointing like end of a relationship that was important to me. So yeah, that's kind of how PynkTape came about. And I wanted to look at it like some songs, like I think maybe 2 songs on it didn't necessarily like it fit the feeling, but I think it was like Kalani Hate the Club and I had SZA hit different on it, but SoundCloud took it down. So that's like the unreleased like special song. Those 2 weren't they weren't really they just fit into like what the tape was. So it's like picking songs that didn't necessarily really resonate with like the situation. but it fit the bill of like what the project is and like that feeling that I was, trying to deliver. So I just wanted to make sure like it told a story of me being hurt, and then like at the end I'm like, okay, I'm all right, I guess. Like so yeah, and it was healing for me. It was such a healing, like, I guess, process for me. And and I got to create something that's beautiful. So yeah. Shout out to him.
Shout out to that brother, because we got an amazing piece of art off of that shit.
Yeah.
And man, you just aren't an artist until you turn your pain into art. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Like you have to turn that pain into art.
Some of the greatest albums of all time, some of the greatest pieces of art, like physical art of all time, have all come from pain, right? So
Yeah.
I think again that played into your evolution as an artist and as a creator.
Yeah.
So that's another just amazing story. All right, so we're gonna get into tidal wave. All right, so the way that this segment of the podcast works is I'm gonna ask you a series of random questions, and you're just gonna answer them as honest as you can.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Question number 1. Money or loyalty? No, scratch that. Money or legacy?
Damn. Legacy.
Okay.
Legacy.
Okay, number 2 gonna fuck you up. You ready?
All right.
And we talking about the 90s. All right.
All right.
Strictly 90s. Well, maybe the early 2000s, but like mainly the 90s.
All right.
Cash Money Records or No Limit?
Oh, Cash Money.
Damn, why was that so easy? Jesus.
I don't know. I've always loved Cash Money. Like No Limit, No Limit's cool. I love me an X. But Cash Money is just like Hot Boys, like that was like everything for me.
No, I feel you. That's not, neither one is like a bad pick at all, especially.
Yeah, like you can't go wrong. It's just like, personal preference.
Yeah, hell yeah. I was definitely a No Limit kid growing up. Like,
yeah.
Man, they had some fucking dogs on that fucking roster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just like Mia X, Master P, Silk the Shocker, even though he couldn't stay on beat. That was cool. And Mystical was that
Mystical was the coolest out of all of them, though. Mystical was the coolest.
Mystical was different, for real.
Yeah.
Top 3 DJs, dead or alive?
Ooh, top 3 DJs. Dead or alive. I'm not gonna say me because I already know. Okay, so my favorite DJs, DJ FTK. He's one of my favorites. That's my brother. Manny Fresh.
Hell yeah. Get that man his flowers.
Got to. He's from the song too. Like you got to get that man his flowers.
Yeah, he don't get mentioned in the GOAT conversation enough for me.
Not enough. Like he created a whole sound. Like who does that?
He did.
A whole sound.
And I tell people all the time, I was like, yo, like they be like, man and Fresh ain't did shit, he ain't did like whoop de whoop. I'm like, my nigga, go listen to 400 Degrees, a whole album all the way through.
Like
listen to the diversity.
And he produced the sound for an entire label. Like
right. And no beat sound the same.
Trying to emulate now, like people trying to do the sound now still. So like, yeah, Manny is the GOAT. He is.
Hell yeah. And him and Scott Storch need to run it back. Fuck.
They need to. They need to run it back.
That was bullshit.
That was a little. That was. I ain't really kept for that one too much. Like I felt like it could have. It should have been a little bit better.
Hell yeah.
Who's my last DJ? Jazzy Jeff.
Gotta say Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah,
I was waiting on that one.
Yeah, he is a dog. So fire.
Hell yeah. Man. Okay, I want to see how you're gonna do with this one. Best mixtape series.
Of course it's gonna be something Lil Wayne. The Drought series for me.
That's your final answer?
Yeah. I'm sticking to it, the Drought series. Is either that or it's either that or No Ceilings. I'm gonna go with the Drought. I'm gonna go with the Drought. That like the Squad Up ones.
Yeah.
So,
I remember Squad Up mixtapes. But
yeah.
The Draw was different, man. Especially the Draw 3.
Mm-hmm.
I still got them 2 CDs to this day. Because you know it was a 2 disc. Yeah, I still got the fucking. I don't know if they work, but I still got them.
Yeah, hold on to them.
For real, that's a piece of fucking NOLA history.
It really is. Though.
Okay, top 5 most influential albums to you. Like these 5 albums shaped who DJ Legatron is to this day.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I'm gonna let you have that one. You stole that from me, but that's fine.
How can you not? Like it's literally a masterpiece.
It is, yeah.
You said 5?
Yeah.
What other albums do I like? Big Crit, Return of Forever. That's a personal like favorite. Let me see. What other albums? Oh, I'm gonna have to go on my Spotify. And see, knowing so much music, it's like, how can I just
narrow it down? Yeah.
Yeah, how can I narrow it down?
It could be any genre too. It don't have to be just hip hop. It could be like any genre.
Yeah. Tyler Creator, Igor. Okay. It's one of my favorite albums from him. But I love that album. That's a good one. That's a good little album. Rihanna Anti. That, and I love anything Rihanna, but like Anti, like really was like, yeah, like I'm that bitch when I listen to this. Like I need this in every single shape, way, form. Like I'm that bitch and I need that. And I wanna say Kendrick Lamar, Section 80.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, you took me back to fucking 9th grade with that one.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Damn. That was his first mixtape, right?
That was
like... Was it an EP?
It was an EP. It was like his second or third album. Project. And honorable mention, Dom Kennedy, The Yellow Album.
That was the one with After School on it?
The Yellow Album had
what? Which one? Had
We Ball on it.
Okay.
Yeah, We Ball with Kendrick. That was produced by Chase and Cash. Yeah, and what other songs? Like, to say that's my favorite album, because I have to listen to it like on YouTube because they don't have it anywhere else.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah, it had We Ball on it. 125. So yeah.
I remember 125.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite songs to play. Like I would play it like at 125 in the morning. Like yeah. So yeah. Honorable mention, Dom Kennedy, Yellow Album.
That's dope. That's not a bad top 5, no.
Yeah, and that's what I listen to the most. Like I always have it, one of them in rotation.
Hell yeah. Monogamy or polygamy? Be honest.
I be thinking I be about that polyamorous life, but niggas don't be keeping it honest. So
yeah.
Monogamy is a safe thing. Like monogamy for right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me in like another 5 years, and it might change.
I got you. Yeah, that's the thing with like the whole like polygamy thing is people fuck it up because they don't understand how polygamy works. They just
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to communicate, like communication, boundaries, like all that. You have to like respect like your number one, you know?
yeah, the biggest thing is boundaries. And I think a lot of people too, like they really don't know what it means to be like poly. Because you can still cheat on your partner even though y'all poly. Like you said,
right.
if there's like a break in communication or you just cross a specific boundary, then yeah, motherfucker, that's cheating.
Exactly. Yeah.
They just think you can just like, oh, all right, we date each other and we just
we can fuck around with whoever, whoever else.
Like you just gonna be my main, and you know what I'm saying?
Right. If we have people on the side, it's like, no, you kind of gotta like, yes, but you have to communicate and have those boundaries.
Yeah, hell yeah. Drinking or smoking?
Oh, I am a drinker. I smoke, but I'm not like a smoker, but I'm definitely a drinker.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I can't remember the last time I smoked, but I'll drink my ass off.
Yeah, like it's so easy just to get a bottle.
What's your drinking choice?
Right now, it depends because now I'm kind of like in college. Like I love brown liquor, so I do the Jameson and the Douce and Martell and all of that. But I also drink a lot of wine because that's like less turnt than all liquor. So and I'm a Chardonnay girl. I love Chardonnay and I love rosé. And I drink champagne. So like I get a bottle of bubbles. I like champagne, prosecco. So yeah, so it depends on what I'm like doing. Like if I'm at home chilling, I just want to sip on something, I'll get like some wine or like I get some champagne. But like if I'm out and most places don't have wine or champagne, like I'm like Jameson and ginger ale, Douce and Coke, like that type of thing. So,
gotcha. Do you drink during your sets?
Yes, I do. It helps take the edge off.
Okay.
Like I have a high tolerance. So I have a really high tolerance. So I don't remember. There may have been maybe like once or twice that I like ended a set and I was like fucked up. But like I drink throughout. I usually bring like my own bottle of wine. Like I start with wine because like I want to at least have something, wine and champagne. And then like throughout the night, especially if I'm at the den, people already know to buy me Douce. So like my table is always like filled with like cups of like Douce and Coke that I didn't drink. Like I probably only touched one. So I would give like the rest away to like the security and stuff like, hey, take this, you can have it. So yeah, I definitely do drink during my set. I might have went once. No, I went a few times without drinking, but that was because I was hungover. So I wasn't drinking. But yeah, it takes the edge off. Because I get really nervous. Sometimes in the middle of my sets, like I like have anxiety attacks. Mm-hmm. So like it kind of just helps me like take the edge off and then also just not think too much into what I'm doing. Just kind of being a little bit more free with my set. So yeah, I'd definitely be drinking.
Cool. I was just curious because I know some DJs that like do, and I know some that just like no, I can't drink during the set. It's gonna fuck my shit up. I'm just gonna lose concentration.
And I know some people like that too. Like I think I have a partner. He stopped drinking while he was DJing. He was like, yeah, just my sets sound better and and in my head I'm just like, well, my shit be sounding fine. So
all right, I got 3 lightning round questions.
All right.
MC Lyte or Queen Latifah?
Oh shit! Oh,
fuck you up with that one, huh?
Yeah, see, that was the one. That was the one. Shit. Queen Latifah.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Khaled or Drama?
Drama.
Damn.
Drama. Khaled just either. I just no. I never like any of Khaled like albums. I never like any of them. Like I like the singles, but I don't like the albums.
Not even fuck. Not even listen. His first album. I thought it was straight.
It was alright, but DJ Drama.
Okay, yeah. I fuck with Drama though, for real.
Yeah.
Like I probably got every Gangsta Grill mixtape in my fucking
right.
phone.
Like you, like how can you not like Gangsta Girls was just so iconic. Like
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. You hear that tag and you already know it's up.
yeah. Shit, yeah. Him and Don Cannon need to get back together and do some shit though.
Yeah.
It's been too long. It's time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Fuck, what was that third one I came up with? Damn, I forgot the damn. So I was gonna ask you like Miseducation, Lauryn Hill, and oh, that was it. Okay, Miseducation, Lauryn Hill, or Speakerbox / Love Below.
Oh, that's a hard one too. Miseducation or Speakerbox, Love Below. I'm gonna have to go with Speakerbox, My Love Below.
Oh my God, yo! Now you gotta explain this one.
Yeah. What? Because I like what I like about Speakerbox Love Below is that you know you get to hear Big Boy shine on his own, and you get to have Andre shine on his own. And then also if you really listen to it, even though like they present themselves different ways, they're still like the same creative genius. Yeah. Like. You know, Andre is just a little bit more out there, but Big Boy is like the same. They're both one and the same. So you get to hear like their creativity, how it differs, but also if you really listen and pay attention to it, you get to hear how they stayed together for so long, like how they really did make music. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that.
Do you feel like sonically it's more appealing than Miseducation?
Do I
like music and instrumentation wise?
I feel like it has like a sound of its own. I guess you have to be, I guess, a certain type of, I guess, person. Like Miseducation, like that's a classic. But you know, it's just like that classic. You can be able to, people talk about Miseducation all the time, but it's always the same things about Miseducation. And we all kind of have like that same understanding of why it's a classic. But Speakerbox Love Below, there's so many layers to that album that, you know, like you'll fuck around and miss something, you know, like it's something that you have to keep listening to, and it's something that makes you want to listen. So you discover more and more like about the album. So yeah.
Okay, now I can't stop. Okay, so fuck. That was supposed to be the last question, but I got like the more you talk, I see like you're really like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, student of music. Like
hell yeah, you wasn't lying. Okay, so since you said that about Speakerbox and Love Below, which you are correct. Let's put Miseducation on the sideline real quick. Okay, let's bring in College Dropout. Now, which one would be considered the better album? In your opinion? I mean, because it's subjective, right? It's super fucking subjective.
In my opinion, College Dropout. Now I'm gonna have to go with College Dropout because I'm gonna have to go with College Dropout because you really get to see like the foundation of Kanye's artistry outside of him just making beats for other people and pass them on. Like you actually get to like really see Kanye for who he is on his own. Like, you know, he don't need Jay-Z, he don't need Common, he don't, you know. So I'm gonna have to say College Dropout.
Yeah, and that's gonna confuse a lot of people. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck you get like the parallel between the two from?" And I kind of put those two albums against each other because, and I guess you could say the same for Miseducation because like it's one of those albums where it like you hear it, it starts off with a certain sound, and then it takes it like all the way left, right?
Right.
And then it takes it like all the way this way.
Right.
Like two songs later. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like College Dropout, for instance, you go from like Kanye's workout plan to like boom, you got All Falls Down to the boom, you got Jesus Walks, and then boom, back over here with Family Business. You know what I'm saying?
And then you have Spaceships, and then Get 'Em High.
Slow Jams.
Yeah, Slow Jams. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it just
Slow Jams.
It took you for a ride. And the same with Speaker Box Love Below. It's like, okay, just when you think you get the idea of like how the album is gonna sound, like boom, they drop you fucking Way You Move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then they go from that to fucking Roses.
Some other off the wall shit.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I got the, you know what I'm saying, like the comparison of the three albums.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, this is the last one I swear to God, and then we gonna wrap. Yeah, I want to see what you're gonna say for this one.
All right.
Control by SZA or Over It by Summer Walker?
Control.
Damn.
That was an easy one. I'm such a fan of the sad girl vibes. I'm a big SZA fan. I've been listening to SZA since she was on SoundCloud, like, you know, like S, and when she dropped S and when she dropped Z, and like when she was on like Isaiah Rashad's like earlier projects and stuff. So like I'm a huge like SZA fan. I love everything that she does. And Control is still like one of those. Damn, another honorable mention, SZA Control. That album is that it's a lot. Like I still like be like, yep, this is the one, this is it. Like I don't know if she can top it, but yeah, definitely Control. Control is a classic. It is.
It's a bona fide. To me, it's a classic because I mean I could go back to that album. It's crazy because it dropped 6 years ago? No, I'm tripping.
I think like 5.
Yeah, almost 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one of those albums I could go back and listen to it, and I'll find a new favorite song from the joint. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait, I didn't pay that much attention to this one.
Yeah. When you go back to it, like it, and I feel like Control is such like a situational. It's situational in the fact that you can go back and you weren't going through this particular thing then when you listen to it, but when you go back to it, like it's like, damn, I can really connect with this. Like she's speaking to me right now. So
yeah. For me, it's just like the music, right? Because I mean, I'm not. It doesn't matter that I'm not a woman. There's some of the stuff on the album you still can relate to, whether you're a male or female. But like right now, like I went back and listened to it, and now I'm listening to Broken Clocks every fucking day because I'm like, yo, this shit. I'm like, wait, how I missed this one? You know what I'm saying? Like when the beat first come on, it's like it's like that low, and then
when it dropped,
she lost her fucking mind on that song.
She went crazy throughout that whole album. Like she's so talented. She's such a talented songwriter, and it's just like like I'm here for the sad girl vibes.
Sad girl vibes is in.
Sad girl vibes is in.
Shout out Janae Aiko. She the grandmother of the shit.
Hey, for real, she ushered in a whole new generation.
Yeah, nobody wanted. People say I sound stupid when I say that, but I mean, name. Like who started it? You know what I'm saying?
Like if you go back to when she dropped Sailing Souls, like in 2012, that was another honorable mention because that was my breakup. That was my breakup album. The first time me and old boy broke up, like that was like my album. Like I wore it that day out. I still
that was everybody breakup album. That was every woman breakup.
I wore it out, child. But yeah, if you go back to like Sailing Souls, like that was 10 years ago. Like you can see a lot of girls kind of like not copy and pasting, but you can tell like they're lending from early Janae.
Yeah, she's like the Nicki Minaj of the sad girl shit.
Yeah. Like we gonna cry and smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, Legatron, you made it through the tidal wave. Congratulations. You killed that shit. You didn't stutter. You just like you had all your answers ready. Except the MC Light question, I kind of threw you with like.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop right there.
All right. So to cap it all off, what can we expect from DJ Legatron Prime in the future? Like, what do you have in store? And ultimately, where do you see your career 5 or 10 years from now?
So what's in store is I'm kind of in the works of doing 3 new screw tapes. So by the summertime, I'll definitely have some new projects out, some new sounds. I'm working on another PynkTape-ish type of tape.
Give us that.
Yeah, that one's gonna be fun. I'm not done yet because I want to do like a double disc type of thing. So I have like a side A and a side B. So yeah, that'll be out probably within the next 2 months. So new music, I'm teaching myself how to produce. So by the end of the year, we should have a beat tape from me or some songs that I produced. And just making sure like I keep throwing fire parties. I have What My Girls At every month, just keeping that going, making sure like I keep providing safe spaces for women to have fun. So yeah, like fire parties, more music, merch whenever I actually sit down and decide what I want to do. Merch, I got it in my fashion stuff.
Give us the old school, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna bring back some real classic styles. Like
trying old school.
Yeah, I'm gonna have me one. I'm probably gonna do some type of airbrush type of t-shirts, shorts, sweats and stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Well, for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the future though, like where I see myself being 5 years, I'll definitely still be DJing, but I'll be kind of pivoting. I think I'll be pivoting more into being like the party thrower, like the event curator. Like I put shit together. I link everything together and make it happen. And really expand like my Legatron Prime brand. And I'm working on, I guess, like my house brand that will house like Legatron Prime, like my vintage stuff, everything, called Creative Chameleon. And basically with that, in the next 5 to 10 years, I want to be able to create a creative hub for people who are multi-talented in like the arts. So I want to be able to create a hub where people can, be underneath like this umbrella of Creative Chameleon and have their work outsourced. So we can get people, work and stuff like that. And definitely at the end of my 10 years, I want to have my compound, which I want to have like a couple of recording studios, one strictly for women, ran by women. Have a couple stages for people to film or shoot, film photography, whatever. Rooms where people can, like edit stuff and, just like a creative compound where you can just come in and, be able to create. And so, yeah, that's what's in store for me.
Yeah. Hell yeah, she got DJ Legatron Studios cooking over there.
Look, I'm trying to get it popping,
I love it. Hey, salute for real. Well, DJ Legatron, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you this evening. Anything else you wanted to share with the people before we wrap?
Catch me at Buku Fest.
Catch you at Buku Fest.
Catch me at Buku Fest, March 26th. I'll be at the Riverside stage, 4:00. So yeah.
Riverside, the 26th. That's a what? That's a
Saturday.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I saw the flyers for Buku Fest, but I might be off that weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, let me know. It's gonna be fun. I've never been to Buku, so like after my set, I'm probably just gonna be running around crazy because I ain't never been before. So like,
yeah, enjoy yourself. All right, y'all. That was Brave New Wave, episode 2, featuring three. I'm tripping. Episode 3, featuring Legatron Prime. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, we'll see you for the next one. Love.
All right.